Hello, good morning, welcome to the next vlog. It's Sunday morning today and it is race day. We're at the North Lincolnshire Half Marathon today, which is in Scunthorpe. Look at the running track, look at this. We're all set up. We've just had the morning coffee, so hopefully that should, get things moving. Freshen us up and lighten us for the morning. Had some brekkie, like that settle. It's 5 to 7 right now. We go off at 20 to 10, so it takes about an hour to get there, just over. So I'll set off about 7, half 7, get there plenty of time. Bag drop, warm up, meet the core squad. I think there's about 20 of Matt's athletes there, so it'll be a good turnout. And then Geordie M is coming down as well. I'll run it with him. So yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, happy Sunday. Hope you enjoyed the last vlog, by the way. What I eat in a day. So yeah, this is this one. We're gonna get some footage of the race. Well, maybe not the actual race without my phone on me, but everywhere around, stuff like that. Footage of this morning. And then out for Sunday dinner with the fam, my mummy, my sister and the boys. And then we've got the Q&A, which we'll get polished off as well. Whether we do that today or we'll do it before this, obviously, vlog goes out, and I'll add it on to the end. But I had some good questions in. Also had some very inappropriate ones. Mitchell Proby. But yeah, good times. Happy Sunday. And welcome to the vlog. I'll tell you something, what a day for a race. Perfect race morning. As it stands anyway, we're just about to set off, but look at this. Bloody glorious. So yeah, just about to set off, just over an hour and then we'll be bang at it. So yeah, looking forward to it now. It's not going to be I don't think we're going full tilt out for a PB. We've got a heavy couple of weeks coming up. Pro Singles, High Rocks Valencia next weekend, and then the Pro Doubles in Glasgow the weekend after, so there's no point trying to hammer a half marathon PB today, writing the legs off for a few weeks and having to travel to Spain next week. And it's just probably bigger picture wise, it's probably not the best idea, and then we're straight into marathons in April, so probably use this as a marathon effort today. Marathon pace effort will probably give us a better idea of if marathon pace is sustainable, or the goal for what we'll try and do, which is probably realistically maybe 2:55 at push. See how we go. 2:58 marathon in Morecambe last year, so let's see if we can improve on that. So we'll probably head out at probably 2:55 pace today, a mile or two warm up, and then go out at the race roughly that. Then we can have a look at the data after and see what it's saying, see if it's going to be achievable in London end of April. So there we go. We'll touch base when we land at Sunny Scunny for the race. So on a running track. Well, not the full thing, but you finish on a running track, which is pretty cool. So yeah, happy Sunday again, and catch up with you very soon. We've arrived, just parked up. Just having a wander down now to the race HQ. Could drop my bag off, get ready, meet the rest of the car gang, get a little squad picture, and yeah, have a bimble about, have a bit of a warm up, and then we've got an hour from now till we go, so good timing early. So yeah, check in soon.
Yeah, I definitely need to keep that jog going. It's a 10-minute walk away, so you need to make your way as quickly as possible down to the start.
That's a cracking night out, that is. But
Here we go, time. 12 minutes. Need to get a crack on.
And your bank card.
Just wait for backdrop and then we're off.
Be kept safely for you.
Zero minute, Jesus Christ, is very good here.
Did ya? I got a stitch. Yeah, well, actually, the other day I said 145. We set off properly. We set off fast because it's dropped back and then got a stitch.
Race complete. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Perfect day for it. The sun is still absolutely beaming down. Look at that. Lovely medal. Felt $1 million as well today. Shout out to Gerard. Ran first 10 mile with him and told him to absolutely tan it, and he smashed a 3-minute PB. So flying pal. I come in around 1:27, something like that, which is perfect really. We ran it around what's what I want to be, marathon pace. Felt absolutely cruisy for the duration. Got a bit carried away last couple of K, pushed it a little bit, but I just felt great, so thought why not. And legs feel fine, to be honest. Feel like I could run home. So that was the goal today. Stay disciplined, don't get too carried away, and that's what we've done. So we've got another one for the collection. So yeah, shut off now, left the car gang, and go get Sunday lunch with me mother and the gang in Roos. So nice refeed for a Sunday, do a bit of work and then chill the F out. No more swearing on this vlog, no more potty mouth from me, PG only. So yeah, happy Sunday. Goodbye. Hello. Good afternoon. Just watching it's called Just True It on Instagram. True It Haynes on YouTube. He's an absolute machine. Go and have a look at him. He's a fucking weapon. He runs loads and does loads of pull-ups. But yeah, Q&A time. I've got me, sorry if the camera angle's not great, but I've got it set up on my laptop with the questions behind the camera, so I can read them, because I'll just forget, I can't do it by memory. So, let's get into it. Exciting. There's some I got some inappropriate questions come through on the gram, I can't lie, and some will not be getting announced because it's just, for example, one that I did write down here to say, boobs or bum. It's not information I want to disclose. I don't know you all that well yet, so you don't need to be knowing stuff like that about me. So keep them questions to yourself. You know who you are, Muscat, in future. Can we see you with hair? It's not gone yet, but yes, I did have some nice locks. Well, I don't know if it was nice. You can decide. I'll put a picture up here. But you get the cards that you are dealt in this life, and if your hair's going, your hair's going. So why not embrace it? Buzz it. We did a COVID buzz. We've never looked back. It's low maintenance. Who cares? Get over it. But we'll see. Might go techie next year and get a fresh hairline. So, but yeah, that was me with hair. Make your own judgments. Why is your coach so handsome? Because, I tell you why actually, and this is not in jest, because he's a healthy man, an absolute weapon of a human, in great shape. And if he'd be healthy, if he was lazy and ate loads of shit, he'd be fat, out of shape, and he wouldn't be as handsome. So that's why he's so handsome. And he's also buzzed the head. I just need to grow a beard out, and there we are. will be a double act. So yeah, there's your answer. Big dog. Who is favourite cousin and why? I won't going to disclose who asks these questions, but you can't be answering questions like that with a big family like myself, because we don't start family wars, you know? I love them all. I'm not going to say that one because it's like smirking myself off, which I'm not going to do. So on to some more serious ones. Let me scroll down a touch. There's a few that I'll go through. A couple that I'll touch on briefly, and there's also going to be some like follow-up videos in the coming weeks that I'll go into more depth about a couple of these. Well, mainly the last question that I'll touch on. But what vitamins do you take and why? So on my last vlog, actually, there was a little clip in there on my what I eat in a day of the vitamins I take in the morning, which just like your generic vitamins, like vitamin D I take, mainly because we do not get much sunlight in the UK. Actually, it's pretty nice today, which is good, but in general, we do not get much sun, do we? So everyone should be taking vitamin D. Omega-3 I take for, I think it's good for heart health. I haven't done a load of research into the vitamins I take. It's probably an area I should look into more, but I do know that the stuff I take is pretty well researched. So, and it's not going to do me any harm. And if I take something and it makes me feel worse, obviously I'm not going to take it, or I'll stop taking it. So yeah, vitamin D, omega-3. I started taking ashwagandha to see how that affected me. I've not had any negative side effects to it. It's meant to reduce stress, and be like good for like a natural testosterone booster, which would obviously help with recovery and stuff like that. But whether it does, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a whole load of research on that, but it's not like it's a PED, like injecting test into myself, because that's not the way we roll. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I've not been taking it for very long, but if it's good for stress and like stress management and keeping it under control, that's gonna have better effect on things like sleep and stuff like that, and that's gonna obviously lead to better recovery, which will lead to better performance and better outcomes, fitness-wise and stuff. I take creatine, like everybody should in this world, whether you train or whether you don't. Really good for cognitive function, predominantly for like people who aren't going to train. But yeah, very well researched supplement. I suppose it's not really a vitamin, so whether it comes under this question, but we'll just change it to like supplements anyway. Electrolytes, if we're going down the supplement road. Whey protein I use just to get the protein in if I don't get it all through Whole Foods, which I'm trying to do more of now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Magnesium I take, meant to be good for sleep, which I'm really trying to put an onus on this year, because I feel like I don't sleep great, or I could sleep better, so it's going to be a big thing for me this year. Hopefully sleep better and recover better to allow me to train more and improve. Let's have a look. Can you eat too much protein? Yes, you can. You can eat too much protein. General guidelines for people, I mean, there's differing opinions on it, but the general consensus seems to be like, for people who train anyway, like 1.7 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight is thereabout ballpark. If you train a lot more, you might need a touch more than that. But yeah, in and around that area, you're not going to do any harm to yourself by ramming a load down. We've actually been talking about this subject with Amy recently, so it's fairly apt and relevant and fresh on the mind. So I actually had a look into it before I even saw this question, and something to do, because Amy looked into it as well, and something to do with your kidneys can cause kidney issues if you overconsume, but that's top end levels, and generally with people with predisposed kidney issues. So you're not going to do yourself much harm eating too much protein, but again, it's not going to do you any more benefits. Your body will just potentially store it as fat, or dispose of it. I think that's what happens. But yeah, just generally aim for that 1.7 to 2 grams per kilo body weight, and you're thereabouts. How much stretching do you do? Big man. And a little tag on the end of that sentence is I don't do enough. And I'm similar. Probably don't do enough. I always sort of do dynamic stretching as part of a warm-up, especially when I've got like intense running sessions and stuff like that. And like high rocks, like anything intense, I'll always sort of stretch dynamically to warm up. But in terms of like recovery, static stretching, I don't do enough. So that's another area I need to work on, which again might help recovery and prevent little niggles and stuff, which I certainly am subject to with my old biscuit knees. So yeah, not enough. Stretch as much as you can. What's the end goal in your fitness journey? I wouldn't say I really have one. It's kind of a way of life. I'll constantly move the goalposts, which I think actually like my coaching style, I touch on that quite a lot. Like everyone will have short-term goals, so whether that be to run your first 5k, run a 10k, half marathon, whatever that may be, do a high rocks, do a CrossFit competition, hit a certain number on a bench press. Once you reach that goal, you then, I would never advise, like, I would not put that as an end goal. I would just have it as a goal. But then once you are at that level, it's good to then reassess and get another goal in there. And constantly move the goalposts. As you get fitter, you'll naturally probably want to do more things, more challenging things. And yeah, so there's no real end goal. I wanna get as far as I can in the high rock space for sure, and achieve some pretty good numbers running wise. But yeah, it's not really, I don't have an end goal. I just want to keep progressing and see where it takes me. And yeah, that's that one really. What advice would you give to someone struggling to fuel enough during training? It's just without going into the science of fueling and like the utilization of energy sources and stuff. Once you train fueled, it's probably not until then you realise the importance of it, because you're not getting the most out of your training if you're under fueled. It's going to affect performance, it'll affect recovery especially as well, especially in endurance sports, long distance stuff, high intensity stuff as well, like something like high rocks. It's maybe not necessarily as important to fuel during something that's like up to an hour long session. That's where probably fueling before and after is more important. But I know for a fact who asked this question, it's very relevant to be fueling during training, especially like long distance stuff. It's really important. So kind of not really advice, but you just need to do it. Find what works for you. There's a lot of different things. Personally, I found a gel that works for me, running wise. If I'm fueling during long runs, marathons I'm training for, I found a gel that works for me, sits well on my stomach, and you don't, I wouldn't say you necessarily feel like an instant buzz of whapping a gel down. You think, I can take on the world, but once you do it, you certainly can notice the difference when you don't do it. So yeah, it's just, the advice would be it's very important, so do it. And if you need a bit of help with it, give us a shout. Always happy to drop a little message back with some advice. So there you go. Do you feel as though training has helped you mentally through some hard times? And if so, how would you recommend someone getting started? So without a doubt, yes, it has helped me mentally through hard times without getting too deep. Everyone's been through hard times, I'm sure, myself included. And even now, with it, how everyone has their own daily struggles and mental battles that they deal with. Some people like to share them, some people don't. I keep myself to myself. But training is very much my release, and something I would not be able to cope without. So yes, it definitely has helped me a lot. In terms of getting started, you just kind of need to be a doer. Just do it. And if you struggle with knowing what to do or need help, seek help. Whether that be in your gym, for example, where I now work at Fit24, I'm part of the coaching collective there with Amy, and the gang up in Seaham as well, Josh and Jack. We offer that help to our members. So people are often hesitant to invest in it or pay for it, but then when you switch that mindset into investing in yourself rather than seeing it as a cost, it makes a huge difference. And then it takes knowing what to do and anything like that out of your hands. You simply follow the lead of your coach, and they're there to sort of hold your hand through it if you need that help at the start. If not, and you just like that accountability, it's also a brilliant tool to have. You can just turn up, you don't have to think about what you're doing, you just, whatever software your coach would use, like an app, anything like that. Log on, get your session boxed off, log it, check in with your coach weekly, keeps you accountable, box your sessions off, dial in your nutrition, stick to the numbers that you've been set, and there's no other outcome than results and progress towards whatever that goal might be that you have. So yes, that's how I'd recommend someone getting started. If you're not someone who can just go out and do it or not sure about it, seek help. If you are someone that can just get up, do it, and keep yourself accountable, then do that. And surround yourself with good people that you want to train with. I train a lot on my own, but I also train a lot with people, and that helps. Like the days when you don't want to train or don't want to eat well, it's all about willpower and discipline over motivation, because motivation is never always there. But that's not what gets you results. Discipline, turning up and being consistent and just boxing sessions off when you don't want to do it is what gets results. So do that. Yeah, that pretty much covers that. But if you need any help, I mean, also, like, I am a coach. I have a coach as well. Coaches need coaches. I could quite easily keep myself accountable, and I don't need that accountability, but I want to progress further in my own fitness, and putting that into the hands of someone like Matt, who I use and also work for at Core, who's very much more knowledgeable than I am in sports science, in fitness, in the areas I want to develop. I'm getting help off him, and to further my own fitness and strength. So yeah, invest in yourself, do that, and you'll be happier. You're only going to be saving the money that you'd spend on a takeaway or some shit food, and you're putting it into a coach to make yourself healthier and fitter and faster and stronger. So where would you rather be? But you can't force anyone to do anything. Get off your ass and just do it, is my advice. And the last one, which I'll only touch on briefly, and then I'm going to go into it in a video in a couple of weeks' time about something I'm doing soon. But what motivates you to keep going? There's quite a lot of things that keep me going. Myself, I don't really rely on motivation because, like I just said then, it's not always there. I've got a very good circle of people around me in terms of family, especially over the last few years when I've started to grow more in the fitness space, and I've now jumped into it full time work-wise. Seeing the effects it has on the people around me as well, who now want to do better themselves, is definitely motivation in itself to keep going. Other things like something I'm not going to get too deep on, but my brother passed away 10 years ago this year, which is what I'm going to be going into further in a couple of weeks about what I'm doing for it and why and different reasons. But that's certainly an intrinsic motivator for me. I mean, it would be for anyone, I think, but you can sort of, grief affects people in very different ways, but I'm very much a positive person, I think, and I'll always try and move forward positively and use it as motivation and try and channel that in a way that's going to help me. So that very much helps. And yeah, I think being in this space now, work-wise, in the fitness industry full-time, I want to be a product of my own service and lead by example. So that's probably another motivation. So yeah, there are three main points really that I'll leave there. But like I say, we'll go into things a bit further for a challenge I'm doing soon. In April, the 3 marathons that I've already mentioned prior, and it's been on the socials. So we'll be doing that in April, and I'll do a video on it in a couple of weeks, just going through what I'm doing exactly, why I'm doing it, and full insight on that area, and tug on the heartstrings a little bit and get raw. So yes, that's the Q&A. I can see that this video is 20 minutes long, so I know I do baffle on a little bit. So if you stayed the course, thank you, because I might have quite a boring voice to some people, even myself sometimes. So I appreciate you watching. If there's any other questions or things you'd like to know, want advice about, coaching, anything like that, drop me a DM, anything like that. But like and share and comment on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't got an account, make one and subscribe. And keep watching the Dumfitness vlogs. I really appreciate it. I'm really enjoying doing them. Find a nice little release. It's like a confidence builder as well. I never thought I would be doing anything like this. So thank you very much. Sorry to get a little bit deep on you there at the end. We'll try and be a bit lighter in the next videos. But we had the half marathon footage as well at the start of this. I didn't really touch on that. So that was a really good day. And yeah, that's that. Vlog Q&A. If you'd like more things like this as well, let us know. Happy to do one. It's a little bit different. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Gonna have me coffee now. Got it here. Yeah, the pub's gone cold after 20 minutes of waffling to you guys. But thanks very much, and I'll see you next week.